Hello and welcome to Snow Country Stories Japan. I'm your host, Peter Carnell, a freelance tour guide and writer based in Nagano, and this is a podcast all about life and travel in Japan's legendary Yukiguni. We spend today's episode once again in Niigata Prefecture and in the heavy snow country of Tokomachi. That name might ring a bell if you listened to the last episode, in which I chatted with Kamimura Shotaro about life in the deep snow of Matsunoyama. Matsunoyama is part of the wider area of Tokomachi, where we venture to again today. In this episode, we travel into the beautiful, heavily forested hills and minor mountains of that area, and onto the secluded Mithila Museum to speak with its director, Hasegawa Tokio. An avant-garde musician and artist, Hasegawa-san relocated to the snow country 51 years ago to live amongst that snow, in solitude, in an abandoned village through winter. Though he doesn't make much of that fact during the interview, I want to comment on what an impressive feat that is in itself. The area he lives in, to this day, receives a huge amount of snow and relies on the community to work together to survive. The idea of living in such a place alone and fending for yourself is quite something, and his story, the reasons he chose to relocate there, and the value he takes from life in the snow are really worth listening to. Hasegawa-san was at that time known as a member of the avant-garde music group the Taj Mahal Travelers, which achieved prominence in the 1970s before Hasegawa-san made his way to the snow country, a journey that would lead him to opening the Mithila Museum. The museum houses a major collection of Mithila or Madhubani art. These terms might not be familiar. Madhubani is located in the northeastern state of Bihar in India. Madhubani art is created by local women who have traditionally used natural dyes and pigments to paint on plastered walls and earthen floors of their homes, creating beautiful mandalas and a wide range of imagery that spans from cosmology to ritual content and everyday life. Madhubani is an expression of their culture. In addition, the Mithila Museum also houses Warli and Gond art, created by the indigenous people of those names, and a collection of large terracotta artworks donated by the Indian government. One of the world's major collections, and certainly the largest collection of Madhubani art outside of India, the museum houses artworks by master painter Ganga Devi, who along with other artists created many works of art while in residence at the museum. To say that it is something of a surprise that a collection of this size and significance is to be found up some long winding roads in the heavy snow country of Tokomachi is something of an understatement. Hasegawa-san and I discuss his story and how the museum came into existence in the first half of the interview, before moving on to his music and the wonderful Stone Music album released in 2019. You'll hear some of the music from that album in the second half of the interview. Make sure to check out the show notes for links to everything we discuss, or better yet, visit the episode page on the Snow Country Stories Japan website, snowcountrystories.com, for more information and links to the album and videos, including a short documentary about Madhubani painting, along with a map showing you where in the snow country we are today. Hasegawa-san has long been recognized and awarded for his role in promoting India-Japan cultural relations. And as an avant-garde musician and artist, his answers take us on a journey that illuminates some of the inherent value and beauty of life in the snow country. The Mithila Museum and music of Hasegawa Tokio is worth discovering for yourself. The interview was recorded in the museum. I hope you enjoy. So the first question I have for you is that I think people who know you, that you are a very important, kind of legendary person, but many people don't know you, especially people listening overseas. So how do you describe yourself? Who is Hasegawa Tokio?
I'm not so much thinking about human beings. I'm always interested in rain. Over there is rain, I know. So rain not coming suddenly from heaven. So sky. Rain here always with wind or something coming through tree forests. And always, like now, looks like a tired blackbird. Many different birds here. And when I walk night time for toilet for my dog because inside the house, no toilet for dog. So always dog wants to go out. Then the night time also I must go out. Midnight time.
In winter.
Yes. So at that time with light, sometimes fox is there, another animals. Not only like that, I must take care of walking because small frog is on road.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. In the summer, they're tiny
Yes,
and they're everywhere.
Yes, every time. And also sky, when so much star is there, too much falling star. So then the black sky, no star. But I remember, over there is such many stars there, always.
Beyond the blackness.
Yeah. So like that, many memory also. I'm busy to see and with communication with forest. So I have no time with human beings.
You live here by yourself?
Yeah. But also I'm one of human beings. When I met like you, I'll bring you to soba restaurant, and then the soba restaurant should be small beer. Small beer, then if one small beer, so I like to drink sake. So one noodle became to be very expensive noodle. Like that.
Right.
This is Mr. Hasegawa. Not only thinking forest, not only thinking whole universe, but not only thinking human beings.
A different person would answer this question that you are a well-known musician.
Yeah.
You are the director of the museum we're sitting in today, the Mithila Museum here in Tokomachi.
Yeah.
But your answer is very different. You don't say, I'm a musician. You don't say, I'm a museum director.
Yeah, so case by case. If human beings respect for director, then I'll say. But also about Indian culture, concerned with Indian culture peoples. They thinking I'm a leader of exchange Indian culture in Japan. But everything maybe I can say concerned with my life. I decided when I'm finish high school. At that time, every people are thinking go to university or go to working or traveling. But at that time, I decided I'm going to art. But I thinking art is must be only one of the world, not similar another art. Most new and most useful, most goodness I must find. This is art. In that case, such new things people cannot understand. Because before people doesn't see. If I became to be near such an area, I cannot get money and name and everything. I decided I do. Not going such a stupid learning to go to university. Lost time, something like that.
So originally you are from Tokyo, from Asakusa.
Yes.
Yeah. But today we are speaking at the museum in Tokomachi in Niigata.
Yes.
So when did you move here and why did you move to this area?
Yeah. So anyway, I started some music story. First, John Coltrane, he came to Japan. So I was surprised. So strong power, so strong goodness and especially emotion, very strong, than another classical music, Beethoven, so, and something modern, not like Japanese old traditions. So I tried to do same hymn. Then I bought tenor saxophone. So then the downtown, small, not so big house. Then every day I try 8 hours play, because I read book John Coltrane every day 8 hours practice. So I try, but you see, my なんていうか juice from mouth going to through instrument and down, but it was tatami. So if wood, so then the cleaning no problem. If tatami, our mouth juice
Saliva.
difficult because not clean. So at that moment, I recognize I loved tatami. Tenor saxophone is different. Tatami and tenor saxophone. Culture is different.
Yes.
I recognize at that time.
From that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then again I doing play, but one day outside, front of my house downtown, there are many public bus. Because small house we have not bus.
Yeah.
So then the one old man with guitar ne? Shoes.
Guitar is
wood
the
shoes.
wooden sandals. Yeah.
Then the sound, clang, clang. And he's singing, maybe a little bit already alcohol. Dodoitsu.
What does that mean?
Dodoitsu, now people doesn't know, many people doesn't know, but Dodo is very important. From Edo period time, especially like a geisha. Such a place, geisha singing, and also guest also singing. And a very improvisation song. Usually love story about love, but explain about truth,
Right.
difficulty, everything. So like this one, he singing. May I sing it?
Please.
Little bit?
Yes.
3000世界のカラスを殺し主と朝寝がしてみたいチトントントンシャープホット like that 3000世界3000 world the whole universe 3000世界のカラス like a spy who looking for me and
This is the meaning of the words.
Yeah.
Right.
3000世界のカラスを殺し 3000 words such a spy I'll kill everything 殺し主と朝寝がしてみたいラバー with ラバーtill early morning I'm sleeping over early morning sleeping because they are looking for him and if find and kill in darkness he must run away somewhere but he want to daytime with her so I must kill all spy like that so then the most important is delicate, not too strong, very sensitive. So this sound concerned with tatami. But metal, tenor saxophone, little different than old man. So old man is like a Japanese sound or Asian sound. The tenor sax is Western music and sound. John Coltrane using tenor saxophone, but some spiritual is like a black man. So Africa or Papua New Guinea or Aborigine have. So I got at that time 3 different words. So one is Eastern or Japanese traditions or tea ceremony or Zen Buddhism. The one is like a jumping because animal jump 2 meter jump. So human beings also must be like that. Not only thinking, not only deep mind, more action and more animal. But also it's necessary because if I became to be Eastern tea ceremony master, it's nothing, no good. So maybe when I talk to you, I have 3 difference. One is like very free, and the one is very deep thinking. One is like Japanese Eastern mind. 3 character I have. So for that reason, this is me.
How did you end up moving here to Tokomachi?
One thing now I understand. Taj Mahal Travelers group for 50 years back. At that time, I hate this name.
This was the group of jazz musicians you were a member of.
Not jazz, new music group name. So then our group became to be very successful in Europe a year, then come back. So at that time, first time from outside, I saw 51 years back Tokyo. At that time, Tokyo was most smoke pollution in the world.
Yeah, you mentioned this to me before. I was very surprised.
Yeah. So then there no moon.
Couldn't see the moon.
Yeah, difficult. But also our economy became to be a second economy in the world. From Japan, before open the country, we have good things. So from Japan side, more getting. But we difficult to experience old Japan. So then I came here. Here is 4 meter snows. For that reason, this village from Heian period.
But when you moved here already, people were leaving this area, not so many people.
Yes, before maybe 28 house. At that time, 11 house or something like that. Then after I living, then became to be village people go down to live in city. Then now only Mr. Hasegawa living this village.
So can you please tell me, as you said, winter here, it's very heavy snow, more than 4 meters.
Yeah.
What is life in winter like?
Snow is so beautiful. Especially snowflake is not flat, Each snow form is different.
Amazing, right?
Yeah. So in whole universe, same things we cannot find. Such a snow fall down and sometimes 40 days continue.
40 days continuous snow.
Yeah. In that case, please imagine everything clean, but not only 1 day, 2 days. Snow will be tired because 40 days clean. So in that case, night time, if moon is coming, it's like a sun. We cannot see too much bright. So this bright, beautiful moon is like a Himalayan everyday night coming, maybe. Or 700 years back in Japan, also in Tokyo, Edo, or such a place, also such a moon was there at that time. So I felt moon heat. So such a beautiful moon, I wanted to see. So I wanted to go to mountain. 51 years I'm living here.
The museum we're sitting in today used to be an old school, is that correct? It was the primary school, the shokako.
Yeah.
But because there were no children left, it was empty. It was going to be developed into a resort.
Yeah.
Is this correct? And you took action to stop the development.
Yeah.
And you took responsibility for the school to create the museum.
Yeah.
Could you tell me about that process? How did the museum come to exist?
So after maybe came here 7 or 8 years past, especially this lake, Oike Lake, developing.
Which is just outside the window.
Yeah. And with concrete. So for me, very stupid. Because this is nice. Why?
Beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So then I against. So then I made a plan. Please stop develop nature. Nature continue. So then I'll use this old house, primary school. For social work, for spiritual in the whole universe. Such a officer no understand. What cosmology or something.
Long meetings.
Yes, but at that time, our group was one of representative of modern, most avant-garde music. So they are very surprised. So many television coming. So then they decided better to lend him. Maybe only should be he will run away after snow because of 4 meters snow. How Tokyo from Tokyo such a artist can take off snow?
Yeah.
Village people also difficult. For that reason, run away this village.
Yes.
Then maybe they thinking we can drink alcohol. Then we are waiting. Mr. Hasegawa ran away. But after that, I must use to this place. Then started Mithila Museum. Then now the world best collection.
So you just mentioned there the museum houses Mithila art or Madhubani art. I think many people not so familiar with that type of art. Can you just explain what type of art that is, where it's from?
Madhubani around in Bihar states in India. Then near Nepal area.
So northeast of India, yeah.
There are Madhubani city, especially around the area. It's a tradition on wall. There are 3,000 continue painting about God or symbolize art.
Typically painted on the walls of their homes.
Yes, and also grand
on the floor.
To invite God. They call mandala. Mandala means whole universe.
Maps of the
whole universe, something
right?
like that. They are minority. They are want to safety. They call God.
How did that come to be housed here in the museum in Tokomachi? This artwork from northeast India.
Yeah.
Quite surprising that it's now here in Tokomachi. How did that happen?
When I started to use this primary school, I was a famous musician, one of hippie type of Japanese, going to India. Like that person visit Madhubani. So then he bought 60 pictures. He know famous musicians living mountainside and against development, and he was successful to use to big primary school. Then coming. 60 pictures show me. Mr. Hasegawa, can you select one picture? Then gradually looking, then I recognize one picture is different. So then looking, then more I felt cosmology from this picture. This is a lion under small line is like a mountain. If small line, one mountain, that means 1,000 mountains under lion. He said, first he lent me three years free charge.
The artwork that he showed you. Yeah.
But little bit famous, little difficult. So, okay. Can you introduce when you go to India, that place? So then I went. I said already I'm making a gallery of Mithila paintings. So then I'll buy this art. At that time also I called telephone my friends to collect money. So then I met Gangadevi-san.
She's the artist.
Yeah. So then she said, we are very poor and poor woman. So please help. So then I thought like a ukiyo-e story. We lost ukiyo-e. So if I collected Madhubani painting or Mithila painting and keeping, then in future, after 50 years, it will be useful in the world.
Are you referring to in the Meiji period
yes.
when Japan opened?
Yeah.
A lot of ukiyo-e works were bought by Westerners and taken into private collections overseas. So effectively lost to Japan forever.
Yeah.
So your thoughts were you don't want that to happen with Madhubani art. So to collect them in a museum where people still have access to them. How many artworks are here? How many pieces are in the museum?
Now, you see, 1982 started. Especially 1988. From 1988, I invited every year 2 painters. 6 months they stay. That means so many things they're painting.
Yeah.
At that time, maybe 40,000 yen 1 month I gave to such a things. But 6 months, 240,000 yen is a big money for them to bring. If go to hospital, I pay everything. So then people want to come. So I respect them. Then they respect me because I'm vegetarian. They think like such a person, sadhu or something. So Mithila Museum is like a temple.
Which leads me to my question about your music, because you are a musician. When I came to the museum for the first time, I discovered your album, Stone Music. It's a wonderful album. Can you tell me a little bit about that album? Like, when was it recorded? What was involved?
Yeah. It's like a yoga. Yoga, why people doing? Because go to emptiness. First, stone is the most important material in the world because the earth is one stone and the moon is one stone. That means in the whole universe, stone is there. So stone is mother. So from ground, one stone came soil. If soil to come in, then the trees coming, forest coming. So stone is a fundamental things, and then we cannot make artificial stone. It's difficult. So for that reason, ancient time people recognize about that. Stone have cosmology, some spiritual things. For every country, maybe primitive people stone instead of God using or many things doing. But now people no recognize stone. But if you see stone 1 month, so then you will understand mythology. So then I'm sit down like a zazen front of me, big stone, maybe 2 person possible to bring in, not 1 person.
It's in the museum, yes? That's
The one. And another is bring up stone. 2 stone is not balance, not good balance, so 1 stone necessary. The 3 stone then settle. So then the front of 1 stone, then this stone weight is important. Who can bring up stone weight?
Lift it above their head.
Yeah, not right. So then when up, at that time, people must hear or notice around the window. Window always around us, but usually we are living only head and the language.
Yeah,
so we forgetting. Forgetting means we are not living in the whole universe. So for that reason, like a fish, around the fish always water. So like that, water or ocean is wind. We must become to be fish. Like that feeling, then the water or air not limited, go to the whole universe. When people felt we are living in the whole universe, is the best one, but difficult. So try to like that, then go down, like a yoga. If this reality became to be, so my avant-garde music became to be useful.
When I first came to the museum, because the school that it's housed in, old wooden school, These buildings in the snow country, they get old fast. So it's an old building. And I came here and I was amazed by the collection that you've put together here. And now that you say this, I'm not surprised that it should. I hope that this podcast gets more recognition.
Yes, please.
For the fantastic work. May I ask, Hasegawa-san, when is the museum open? So it's open every day. Is it open through winter?
Tuesday only holiday, but in winter, heavy snow. Then around this area, several museums close. But for me, snow time is most good season, most beautiful,
Yeah, I agree.
So for that reason, even if nobody coming, we open.
The road is open?
Yeah, road we are every time now. I do.
This is your job.
And now almost my son. For WD car, almost okay.
Yeah. Almost.
Before 50 cents new snow is okay. But 70 cents then coming and very difficult. I love the snow and so beautiful. So that means I like to introduce people.
That leads me to a question I have for you, actually, because when people talk about living in snow country, living in Yukiguni, conversation is usually an economic conversation. It's too expensive. Too expensive to clear the road. Too expensive to heat your house. Too expensive to live here. I don't agree with that. I think living here is valuable in so many ways. I just wanted to get, what's your thoughts? Why is it worth living in this place of heavy snow?
For me, very interesting I'm thankful to live such a beautiful place and with moon and very many natures. Instead of difficult human being things, here is better. Much worthy. Now you see, maybe early time it was many difficult, but now here is 51 years past. So I have many many weapon my hands. This problem coming, then I have many books to idea to doing. But so now I like change the world more better, So people are concerned with nature. God is nature. Then the over nature is a modern world. Like music, very very easy to explain. Like a piano. Piano sound we cannot find in nature. Do like that. So before piano, we santur or kanun or like that things like every sound must be like a wind. But the piano technology, then all one sound coming. Boom, 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 boom. In nature, not straight line. But if we could make a straight line, then they make like that, then like block. Then like block we make, then the buildings coming. So such a artificial things is like a city. So technology also necessary. So technology or modernize, but also Eastern philosophy or such a things, and also primitive things.
I want to say a very big thank you for talking to me today. as I mentioned, I discovered your museum by chance.
Yeah.
It was last year, I think, that I visited with my wife. And we came and we found this old primary school building. And we came inside not knowing what to expect and found this amazing collection of art in here that you don't expect to find in Tokomachi, Niigata. Through that visit, I discovered your music, the stone music album, and then got to learn about you. And so when I contacted you for the interview, I was very happy that you said yes. So thank you so much for your time. Anything else that you would like to say?
If we take off light in the world, waiting for the moon, 地球の電気を消して月を待つという。environment, you see, this is necessary, but darkness also necessary because moon became to be beauty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's it for today's episode. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Hasegawa-san for speaking with me and taking the time to show me around the museum. The interview you just listened to is an edited version of a much longer chat I enjoyed with Hasegawa-san, in which we went into more detail about the museum, his life, music and art. I hope this episode has in some way conveyed his love for life in the snow country, the importance of the museum and its collection, his wonderful music, and the man himself. As he mentioned, the museum is open all year round, other than Tuesdays, from 10 in the morning till 6 at night. While it's open in winter, it is, however, hard to get to, as he mentioned, due to the snow and the need for Hasegawa-san and his son to clear the road. So if you're intending to head there in winter, that's any time from mid-December into April, make sure to call the museum ahead of time to let them know you're coming. Links to the museum are in today's show notes and on the episode page of the Snow Country Stories Japan website. That's snowcountrystories.com. The episode page includes further information, videos including a recent live performance of the Stone Music album, links to the Stone Music album itself and a map. Important to repeat that while we discuss the museum's collection of Madhubani art, it also houses important works of Warli and Gond art. And should you be interested, there are some videos included on the episode page explaining those art forms. As always, a quick thank you to everyone who is listening and a request to subscribe to, review, and share the pod with others. You can also follow the pod on Instagram, Facebook, and X by searching Snow Country Stories Japan. My name is Peter Carnell. This has been Snow Country Stories Japan. I'll be back with the next episode in a couple of weeks' time. And to close out today's episode, something a little bit different, let's listen again to some of the wonderful stone music of Hasegawa Tokio. Bye for now.